Sup everyone, this is Draco Evolve back yet again with some latest Manchester United transfer news today, and we will be covering Koulibaly, Tai Chong, Luke Shaw, Bruno Fernandes' latest transfer update, so stick around. As always guys, if you're new to the channel, make sure you smash the like button, and if you want to stay up to date with some latest Manchester United transfer news, match day reviews, previews, etc, so make sure to hit the sub button and click the notification button to stay up to date. It's simple as that. But as you guys will know by now, I start off with the videos as normal in picking up comments from my last video, which I did on last Sunday about Bruno Fernandes transfer and Bleach Guy. So thank you so much Bleach Guy for commenting and dropping by to my video, but he's got this to say. In my opinion, I think Bruno would prefer to test himself against Man City and Liverpool over Benfica. If the deal's not done by Wednesday, he is more than likely to be after the Benfica match. Now we'll come back to the Bruno Fernandes saga in a bit, but you're right, it's simple as that. You are right. If it's not done by today, which it looks likely by the time you're watching the video it's not been done, then yes, it will be done after the Benfica match. But I've got a piece around Bruno Fernandes coming up later on in the video, so do stick around. But first up is about Luke Shaw. So apparently the Daily Mail are reporting that Luke Shaw are reportedly a target for Leicester City if Ben Chilwell ends up leaving to Chelsea. So let me read out the article. It's simple as that. You know, you just dive straight into it. The Mirror and Leicester Mercury state that the Foxes have asked the United about the England international in order to explore the possibility of a deal. United paid a lofty £30 million fee for the Southampton for Shaw in 2014, but the youngster failed to live up to the high expectation laid at his door. So there you have it. Leicester will be expected to pay over the odds for Luke Shaw, with United wanting to make a profit on the £30 million investment. So this is what the article is in a gist. Leicester are willing to make a bid for Luke Shaw, for Luke Shaw, who's had a bad time with United, to be frank. Over the seasons, he's coming with a lot of expectation, but never really lived up to it. He's gained weight clearly in the season. There were patches where he's phenomenal, but I think after injury he had, a career-ending injury you can say, he's kind of fell off the grid. And yes, he's only 23, seems like he's been there for ages, but for me personally, I think it's time for Luke Shaw to move on. We got a great youngster in Brandon Williams coming through. But Luke Shaw moving on means that we will need another left back, because on the right side we are pretty much okay at the moment with Wan-Bissaka and Dalot there, and Ashley Young potentially leaving. We got a bit of update around Ashley Young, so he's not been involved in the match squad officially by Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. He has confirmed that amidst information that he wants to move to Inter Milan. That's our captain right there. You know, there's one thing that we can't fault on Ashley Young is the fact that yes, he's been poor under us over the last 5-6 years. He's overstayed his welcome, but he's always had heart and desire to play for United, and he's always given his all whilst on the field. And it's sad to see a player, a captain material like Luke Shaw, behaving like that, and that's a lot of his credibility gone down the drain over the last 1 week or so. But we won't have him, and it just means that letting go of Luke Shaw means that Brandon Williams is the only classified left back we have. I think personally for me, if we can make a bit of a tidy profit, but not just a profit, it needs to be invested back into the team, I'll get rid of Luke Shaw. He has not lived up to a hype. I think he needs a change of pace. I think he's also gained weight. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below what you think about Luke Shaw. I mean, his stats, he's only started 13 games in total with 1 assist. He has been injured a majority of the season, you can see. So I don't know what to make of him at the moment. I think it's about time he made waves. But that's the latest around Luke Shaw. Bit around before we get into the Bruno Fernandes stuff. Again guys, make sure you smash the like button. Ed Woodward has been spotted in the Eurostar to Paris from the UK office. Obviously after the picture went around, you can see the picture right there. He's got an iPad, iPhone, earpod, whatever you want to call it. there's been a lot of stories coming out. You know, if you got silly stories coming out, like he's going to see a potential move for Mbappe. We know it's not going to happen, although I would love to have for it to happen. But the most credible one, I think, is the one that is called Boubakary Soumare. So I had no idea in my last video about him that much, but having dug around a little bit, he is a proper specialized defensive midfielder. We need one of those, right? We definitely need one of those. If Ed Woodward is going there to negotiate for Boubakary Soumare, then yeah, I'll approve on that. We need a CDM. His stats: 25 games, 1 assist, but that's what you expect for a CDM. He's proper combative midfielder. He's only 20 years of age. He is a proper athlete as well. Someone we can mold as well, I think, into that role. And God knows how much he'll cost. You know, you never know with these things. Other reports are saying that Ed Woodward is just going there for business meetings. Nothing much. Clearly not a Bruno Fernandes meeting, because why would he go Paris? Simple as that. But that's my take on Soumare. I haven't seen him play, and I'll refuse to watch like 10 minutes of his or 5 minutes compilations of YouTube videos where an average player can be turned into a world class player. But from reading and seeing what other people are gauging on him, he seems like a decent player. He seems like a proper CDM, and he's definitely one player that we need. We need a CDM. It's as simple as that. On to Bruno Fernandes. I know you guys will want to hear about this, but apparently this is from Simon Stone a few days ago. He's as credible as he gets. A lot of good connections with Manchester United. They have held official face-to-face talks over the transfer of £60 million rated Bruno Fernandes. He scored 25 goals twice at Porto beat Vitoria 3-1 in the Portugal top flight on Saturday. So the weekend he has scored again. You know, we all know that Solskjaer and Mike Phelan has gone to watch him in one of the matches. Solskjaer also did not refuse to deny the links as well. Also, widespread reports were coming out that Sporting's officials are in the UK, in London specifically, for negotiating with a potential transfer for Bruno Fernandes. It's a Wednesday. It hasn't happened yet. I don't think it will happen yet. I think there are reports coming out that he wants to stay for one more game. They have a massive game against Benfica on this Friday, and it is the derby, and it seems that Bruno Fernandes wants to leave after Friday. So there you have it. I think, you know, it's all being reported that there's most likely Bruno Fernandes will, let me just turn off the heater, it's getting hot in here. Bruno Fernandes will likely to be joining any sort of deal after this Friday, which means that effectively he's out of the Liverpool match that we have on this coming Sunday. But this is what Simon Stone and everyone is reporting it. This is the latest on Bruno Fernandes. I know a lot of you guys, especially my channel, have subbed in to see a lot of this Bruno Fernandes content, and I'm more than happy to share any updates. Obviously, I plan to do videos every couple of days, not every day as per history, but if there is a official breaking news, I will be going live on it. Also, guys, make sure you follow me on Twitter at DracoEvolve. I'll leave it down in the comment section below. I'll pin it there as well, because sometimes I do update, rather than doing a video while I'm at work, I do update news pieces around Bruno Fernandes or any sort of Manchester transfer news latest anyway. But this is around Bruno Fernandes. Let's move on to Tahith Chong. So this is Tahith Chong's agent, Fabrizio Romano, who's very, very credible. Inter have just met Milano with the agent of Tahith Chong. He'll be free agent on next June and has been offered to the Italian club. Many teams are interested in him. Look, Tahith Chong, what a fantastic talent, and it does look like we are going to potentially lose him. It's a bit of both. I think bit of both faults. I think it's United faults for not giving him enough game time, and also it is his fault for not taking the opportunity when he's given, right? It's as simple as that. He hasn't simply taken his opportunity. I've seen his starts and he doesn't look that great. There's something about him. He hasn't got the footballing knowledge, in my opinion. He's got the technical attributes, but the footballing knowledge is not there. But to lose a youngster on a free is a crime, and it just goes on to show how incompetent these boards are. I mean, running down players' contracts. Then you got situations like Tahith Chong right now. You got other situations like Ender Herrera. The same thing that came out, and he even said that. You got now Ashley Young, who's refusing to play apparently. I mean, why would you want to trigger a contract extension in the first place? But you should also give reassurances that you know, you are wanted at the club, here's a contract extension well before the deadline, because it seems like the players are not really faulting Oli. Oli seems to be a fan of these players and vice versa, but it's just the players are fed up with how the club is run in general, mainly led by Ed Woodward. We all know what is Ed Woodward like, but here we are, guys. Tai Chong looks like we're going to lose him on a free as well, and looks like Angel Gomez is another player. Speaking about agents, there was a piece coming out that apparently Rashford is going to link up with Mina Raiola. Now, that is bad news for me, in my opinion. That is extremely bad news, because everybody knows in my channel, and I'm sure it's the same case with a lot of you guys, I hate Mina Raiola. I mean, he does a lot of good business for the players, the best interest for the players, but he plays a lot of jigsaw. Rashford is such a simple guy. He's a youth product. God knows in the future what will happen if United continue to decline and his results are not coming in, and the vision that we kept, you know, being fed is not coming to fruition. We could end up losing Rashford. He's only young. He's like no more than 22, I believe, and we could end up losing Rashford. And Mina Raiola is very ruthless when it comes to taking his clients and offering them across Europe. You look at Jesse Lingard. Apparently he's been offered to a lot of Italian clubs, and that is something that I think Rashford should be spoken to and said, you know what, just don't. You're a youth product. You're the future of Manchester United. You're one of our own. Stay at the club. Don't go to agents like Mina Raiola, who will eventually change you. It does happen. It has happened. We've seen it across everywhere. Last bit of news is Koulibaly. So apparently, according to TalkSport, Koulibaly is a done deal. There we go. Manchester United have signed Koulibaly, according to this article. So you can see the title. Kalidou Koulibaly, £64 million transfer to Manchester United, all done, claims sensational report in Italy. So, reports in Italy now claim that the Red Devils have stolen a march in the race for signing Senegal international. The news was broken by Italian journalist Fabio Santini. No idea who that is. Koulibaly will not be leaving Napoli in the January transfer window, however, with the deal to instead go through in this summer. Napoli will sell Koulibaly to Manchester United for a figure of around 70 to 75 million euros. It seems all done. So there you have it, guys. This is the latest on Koulibaly. Apparently, we have agreed to get him. We have done the deal, and it's not going to happen in January, this transfer window. It's going to happen in the summer transfer window. In my opinion, if it is true, fantastic bit of news. I think he is very pacey. Someone like Maguire will do well next to him, because Maguire is not the paciest. He's a good defender, but he's not the paciest of defender. For that price, yes, of course, why not go for it? We're potentially going to lose Bailly. We're definitely going to lose Chris Smalling, it seems. We're definitely going to lose Rojo, it seems. Phil Jones is not good enough. You just got Lindelof and Maguire. Lindelof is also not good enough. Bringing someone like Koulibaly, partnering with and we don't know what's happening with Tuanzebe, by the way, partnering with Maguire would be fantastic. And I think it doesn't matter how much you spend. It's not my money, it's not your money. We just want the players to be performing on the pitch, and in order for us to be playing a system and being dominant, we need to be aiming for defenders like that. Koulibaly can probably give us a solid 3-4 years with his athleticism, and it will allow the likes of, say, Lindelof to develop into a player that they are expected to be developed, right? So here's his stats. As you can see, he is 28 years of age, in his peak. Clearly he's played 20 games, 4 yellow cards, which is quite good for a combative, a ferocious defender, you can say. And he is, I remember watching him against Liverpool, where he absolutely demolished Salah. He's very pacey, and I think it'll be a fantastic signing. If the reports are to be true that we have signed him, but it's not going to go in until the summer, then so be it. Imagine signing Bruno Fernandes this window, Sumari as well, and as well as Koulibaly in the summer. We're going places. I think these are the right type of players that we are going for, and it's about time. And just get rid of a bit more deadwood. Phil Jones is still at the club. Ashley Young looks like to be leaving. There's a lot of players that seems to be leaving very soon. You've got Tai Chong, Ashley Young, Jesse Lingard, Marcus Rojo. That's 4 right there, potentially leaving. We need to be replacing these players, because it's not always about losing the deadwood, but it's also about the depth. You've got Matic potentially leaving as well. And we don't have enough depth. Pogba, I haven't even mentioned Pogba. But to sign these players and starting early now, if we start negotiating now, I'm sure Ed Woodward will get the deal done by this summer. That's probably what's happening with Koulibaly. But let me know your thoughts in the comments below, guys, in regards to all the transfer news that I've spoken about. First of all, would you take Koulibaly? I would. Would you pay that much? It's not mine and yours money. Get him. Bruno Fernandes, do you think it's going to happen after this Friday? I think it will. And, what are your thoughts on potentially losing Tai Chong? As always, guys, if anything breaks, I will come alive straight away. But as always, stay firefighting.